Welcome to another episode of Mini Motorways. In this episode, I want to try something that is a little bit different. And I learned recently that there are some maps that actually have a new type of feature, I guess let's call it, that is very different from the other maps. For example, London right here has a train track. And I've actually never played before with, this type of setup. So I'm very interested to see what happens and how much it affects the gameplay of what we're typically used to in other, maps. And if you're new here, welcome to Really Cozy Games. This is a channel where we play games in a very relaxing way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's see. How would I fix this? Maybe. Can I do this? Yes, I can. So this is my first connection outside of, I guess, the track, right? I don't know what exactly that will do. I'm going to assume that it'll slow things down, similar to how train tracks do in real life, where cars have to stop, let the train pass, and then they can go. Oh, interesting. So we started with a double business tile here, and this one now has a blue and a red. So I'm adding an extra one here, one of our extra houses here. That should be it. Is the train track, does the train actually do something? The game hasn't really told me if it actually moves people around or does something other than just being there. Okay, so this is interesting. The only yellow we have is right here. So I want to do this, move this, and I will pick a bridge. I want to do that. I want to connect the blue there. That way we keep everything separate. Red is only coming from this area and blue are coming from this road network right here. Maybe I want to make this a little bit there, a little smoother. So in this map, we started right in the middle here of this circuit of train, and it hasn't really affected us that much. I think there are way too many connections, like business connections, in this road network. This is going to become a problem. But all of the blue businesses seem to be sort of connected together. So I wonder how I can fix that. See what's happening here? Right here, there's a huge slowdown because businesses and the traffic of people going back into their homes, and they have to wait until other cars pass by before they can move. And there's just way too many home connections This neighborhood is okay, but this one, I feel like will slow things down quite a bit. So I'm tempted to just remove it altogether. At least for now. We can try and use traffic lights to mitigate the problem. But again, I've always been of the mind that you shouldn't stop cars, that this is the game that is not meant to stop cars or slow them down, right? And we have this train that is also slowing down traffic here. I think the better solution is just to disconnect this and keep as smooth a road network as possible and just get more tiles, because I've been running out of tiles in this map. I don't know if I've actually said what kind of map we are, but we're playing in the London map. I'm not sure how many maps actually have the train tracks as a feature. It really does look like the train doesn't really do anything other than slow traffic down in the area. I don't see any pings or any things telling me that it's really useful for anything. Seems to just go around in circles, and that's it. We're just waiting for Sunday and waiting for, I guess, new businesses to show up. We've had a few houses here spawn just at the edges of the map, but there's really no reason to connect them. And we got our first motorway, so let's pick that. That's going to be very useful. And I like to keep a motorway at all times if I can, at least one, so that I can use it in a pinch. Oh, we got our first business that is going to make things really difficult. Oh, let's pause for a second, because this is going to make things really interesting. We don't actually have, we're going to have to take this and move that there. I would like to sever this connection then. But then what will I do instead? Because I need to connect the red businesses that are here. So I need a motorway for that. But I also need to connect I can connect it this way. Okay, so there are certain restrictions with going over the train tracks. But I can do that. And what do I do with this blue neighborhood. I could connect it here for now. Have them pass through. And then I'll use a motorway to connect these two. This feels like a very complicated road network. I'm not particularly happy about it. I don't know how to fix it. Ooh, we got more red businesses here. Let's take the roundabout, because I have a feeling we will use it extensively. This map seems to have, or put businesses very close together and in very different positions that we can actually cope just by having separate road networks. So it's almost forcing us to create connected road networks of different colors. I'm actually thinking what I want to do. This looks very weird. This is like a mini roundabout. But I want to be able to connect. I need to connect this business. I need to connect that business as well. Oh yeah, I can't go over like that. I'm not even sure if what I just did made sense. I think for now it seems to be working. So I'm just going to let things be until we get more motorways. Then we will try and remove some of the colors in this road network because it's way too much. My thought process with this weird intersection here is I want the cars that want to just go into this business to be able to move here, but not stop or slow down the cars that are going to this one. I don't know if that idea actually makes sense. See that? Where a car was able to move through here and not be slowed down. So I think it kind of works. Okay, let's get another roundabout just in case. All right, this should be fairly simple. Alright, looks like I can't make a bridge when at home is right at the edge. So that's good to know, I guess. Oops. There. Just make that connection a little smoother. I want to speed things up a little bit. I want to see if we're having any major issues here. But we seem to be okay. I have an extra red house that I can use. I don't think we need it. Interesting. I don't know what to do about this. So we're getting another neighborhood, another green neighborhood here. And I'm really hoping that we get a motorway. Okay. So unfortunately, we're going to have to use this motorway right away. What is this network? I don't even know what to do about this. Oh, there we go. That's a little better. Okay, we're getting a big neighborhood of yellow over here. Look at all this traffic. This is definitely slowing down the road network. if I can connect it that way. It would make things go a little faster. And let's get a bridge here. Okay, so I think... Oh, that's such a weird location. That is such a weird location. Okay, I want to get rid of this. The reason why I want to get rid of it, and I'm going to pause for a second, is this should be good enough to maintain that business. So what I want to do is I want to start separating there. So I want to get rid of that, and rid of that. And I want to use this motorway to connect Oh, I don't have any more bridges. Oh no, I should. Because I just got rid of one. There. Now we'll get another one. This green one is really interesting. overall, I don't think we are struggling anywhere in particular. I think we're doing really well. Okay, that's good. There's still a fair amount of traffic here. That I would ideally like to resolve. What would be the best use of our motorway? Because I would like to take this and separate it. Oh, interesting. That's actually fairly useful. Let's get another bridge. I think I want to pause for a second here, because I want to make a lot of this more efficient. We now have two businesses here that are red. We have this predominantly red neighborhood right here. And I think I want to connect it with this yellow road network. What would be the best way to do that? And I probably want to keep this right there, but I want to create this. I want to get rid of that. Potentially just connect it there. I want to see what happens if we do this. I kind of want to look at this as well. And what happens if I just get rid of this entire network? There's a red neighborhood appearing right here. Make things a little complicated. This is now upgraded. I wonder if I can move this all the way over here. All right, let's get more bridges. Let's pause for a second. I want to move this down there. Get a few more houses. Make this sort of a weird convoluted network. But what if I use a motorway? I connect all of this. There we go. And now that that is sort of done, I kind of want to move this. And do that. It's probably better. Maybe we didn't do that in time. I think that would have been the solution. But we were able to get 1,000 commuters traveled over 79 days, which I think is pretty good. And we unlocked Mumbai and the challenge version. So this one also seems to have a train section right here. And it seems to be a very similar coloration here with the rainbow. So if we look at other ones that I have unlocked, I think so far it's only these two. Let's try playing another one. This is such a simple game. There's really not that much to it, but it's incredibly complex and incredibly strategic, and I love it. It's so much fun. And for now, I want to keep everything separate. So maybe I will just go like this. Based on our experience in the last map that had trains, I think these types of maps force you to make a lot more decisions in connecting colors together. Because I think the main gameplay that most people have realized that actually works is to isolate the colors, right? And put them all in their own separate networks, which works really, really well. But I think they've made these maps with that idea in mind. Everything is just a little bit more compact. Everything is a little bit more... there's less room, if you will, to create multiple networks. So you have to really think about how to connect different colors in the same road network in a much more efficient way, which makes more use of roundabouts or traffic lights, which is actually a very welcome addition. I think for a while, I don't have a way to connect this. I'm out of tiles. Okay, there we go. But I think for the longest time, because this game has been out for quite a while, But for the longest time, I didn't really play with any roundabouts or any lights. We really only needed road, some bridges, and the motorways, because those were the most useful tools of the game. So being able to play and think about how to play with the other ones that I guess are less popular, it's quite interesting. Well, I guess we will connect all the networks together. And I think based on our last game as well, there comes a point where you really don't want the slowdown of the trains. So you really don't want to go over tracks. So you start using your spare motorways to create accesses across the map without the need of going over train tracks. I do need more road tiles, but I might, in this game, test out traffic lights. Because we tried to use a roundabout and it worked fairly well for a little bit. That's interesting. We have our first difficult color. We have a neighborhood across the map and no way of actually connecting it together in a seamless way. So how would we go about this? Might wait until the end of the week and see if we get some sort of motorway. And indeed we do. So let's pick that. Let us think about the type of network that we're trying to build here. like that. I want to connect it right there. I think connecting this motorway right here is going to create a lot of slowdown. So I wonder if I should connect it over here instead. I think that's a little better. Let's connect these together. I'm going to separate this so that it only serves this one. And for now, I will make this connection so that we can actually serve this. And I really hope that we get more blue houses somewhere around here. Now this makes things really interesting. Oh no. Let us get another bridge, because I have a feeling we're going to need it. Let's pause the game right here. No. I have to redo. There we go. Let's make the longest bridge possible and hook it up right there. So this entire network is just blue. All right, even though this building evolved, I think having these two close by really is making it feel very safe. I don't see any issues here. This might be an issue. I'm actually surprised at how close the cars are to each other when they're stopping. That makes me a little uncomfortable. Just they're so close to it together. I don't know if they did that in the London map. I actually never noticed. Let's speed it up a little bit. All right, let's pick this motorway. We should always have motorways. We should always pick them whenever they show up. They're just too valuable. Okay. This is interesting. I think for this game, I'm trying to be more comfortable with joining colors together. I think that's my strategy for this map. I just want to be a little bit more comfortable with that. I think this would probably make it more efficient, actually, to cut the commute so that the yellows don't have to be driving quite as long. And let's get another bridge. Oh, that's actually quite nice. So it can create its own separate network right there. I wonder if there's a way that I can make these connections that are a little bit wonky. I can make these a little bit more efficient. I was trying to figure out if we could connect bridges together, but it doesn't look like we can. Because then I would connect these two right there. Let's get a motorway. You know what? I think for the sake of being efficient, I will do that. So so that when there is a slowdown here, because a train is passing by, there's at least other cars that can go through. I think we're getting to the point where this makes a lot of sense now. Well, there's a blue one right here. This just became a red one, or a pink one, I would say. And I might just create what's happening. I'm not trying to place it there. There we go. There. And maybe it's time for us to play with traffic lights. Can I put one right there? I don't think so. Well, that was lucky. I think I would like to connect these to this road. What would be the best way to do that? Might disconnect this. So I want to make things as efficient as possible. We have enough blues right here. Let's get another bridge. We have enough blues right here that it should be fine. That allows us to do that. I think if we wanted to, we could actually do this and potentially get rid of this motorway. What if we did lights there? What would happen? Or lights here. Okay, this is this is not good. Let's get a roundabout. Let's pause the game for a second because I almost think we need it. I don't think I can put a roundabout near the train tracks. But perhaps, because we're getting some pinks over here, I can use this. So the pings are coming through here. Then I want to get rid of this connection then. Make that connection there. And do that. Create a light system right there. Get rid of this light system. I think that should make things a lot smoother. Do we have any other yellows out there? Doesn't look like it. Besides this one. interesting. Let's push this network right here. I think maybe I want to cut that off. Let's get another bridge, because I think we don't have a bridge anymore. Okay, now that we have another one right here, I'm tempted to steal the yellow one, put it through this network. I don't really know what's happening here. There's a lot of things spawning. The biggest issue seems to be our yellows here. This one seems to be getting a fair amount of trouble. So I think I'm tempted to actually connect all of these through a bridge. Let's get a motorway. Is because we have so many. I think I'm gonna use these a little bit more. I'm not gonna save them, I guess. Right? Start here, maybe. But I think I want to connect it right there. Just give us a lot more yellows, a few more pink, and hopefully reduce the huge traffic log that's happening here. Seem to be going through a fair amount of traffic here as well. Okay, so we seem to be doing okay here. This is just a mess. Over here is also a mess. And I would like to figure out, how do we keep everything going smoothly? We have this motorway. It should hopefully be making things easier. I think I want to connect some of these. I want to get rid of this roundabout. And just make this connection with a motorway. I think that sort of works. I'm not sure if I'm actually connecting these or not. But anyways, how would I fix some of the congestion that's happening here? I think one could be to just create a straight line across so that they are not stopping here in the middle of all the parking. And then for this one, what do we do about this one? Because I think I would like to connect these here and get rid of this. Let's try that. Let's get more row tiles. But I don't think we're going to be... I think we're going to be here long enough to actually use all the row tiles that we have accumulated. I don't see a way where we can deal with all of the yellows. There's a lot of yellow need. If I create a roundabout, what difference would that make? Then I can cut it off here. Connect those there. Cut it off. Connect that there. We are so close. Yeah, this section right here. There was just too many cars that needed to go through. All right. But we did 1,700 commuters over 96 days. I think that's pretty good. And we unlocked a new one. Let's see. How well did I do? Top 20%. That's not bad. How well did I do in London? Bottom 40. Well, it's my first time actually playing with trains, so there was a little bit of things that I needed to learn, but we seem to have gone much better on Mumbai, which means that I learned something. But that is going to be the end of this episode. I want to thank you everyone for showing up and having a good time with me, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.